Hello everyone. I just wanted to make this short video, hopefully it's short, to show you a little bit of JSTOR, which is another research database that I'd like for you to use and access, especially for the upcoming essay, your next essay. But in a couple of weeks you'll get it. You'll start writing it. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the library website. Because I'm on campus, I have access to the databases just by clicking on the website. But you do know that in order to do the single sign-on, you'll need to have the database channel in your My Gateway page. All right, so under databases on the library page, I'm going to go to JSTOR. And since this week's topic is mandatory or compulsory voting, those are the terms that I'm going to put in here just to get a search started here. So mandatory voting, and I'm actually going to put or. I'm going to use these options over here and change it from and to or, and I'm going to put compulsory voting. I put it in earlier so you can see it automatically pops up. When I first put that in, I'm going to click on search and see how many results I have, which are 143,000. That's a lot. Earlier when I did the search, I noticed that it came up with a lot of kind of free things that were, and they note them as free, even though this is all kind of free to us because we have a paid subscription. These are free to like the general public because they were written and published so long ago, as you can see here in the 1800s. So I do want a little bit more updated information. So I'm going to go back to modify search. I'm going to change the date range starting in 2000. That may seem a little old to you too, maybe for some of you, but that's where I'm going to start my date range from. I'm going to click search again and see what comes up. What comes up, we have 32,000, better than 143,000, but still a lot to go through, obviously. As I go through, I see that there's a lot of stuff talking about maybe some financial stuff here about shareholders, some things coming out of Latin America. So I want to change that. I'm thinking in my research brain here that I can modify my search and add a field, and I'm in here, I'm going to put the United States. I want to know about compulsory voting, mandatory voting. Even though we don't have it in the United States, are people writing, thinking, talking about the implications that it could have in the United States. So I add United States there and click search again and see what happens. So I have 24,000. That's still a lot, but for now I'm gonna really start to invest in reading through the first few pages of what comes up in my results. We have things here, machine politics during elections. We still have that shareholder one coming up for some reason. Let's see, the intrinsic motivation and logic of collective action. That sounds kind of interesting to me. Let's see here, what else do we have? This is media freedom, political knowledge, and participation. That sounds a little interesting to me too. Why politicians like electoral institutions. Let's see, the test for the effect of conformity on crime rates using voter turnout. That's sparking some interest in me too, as we kind of go in and out of the topic of race in our class as well. So the exploration of correct voting in the presidential elections, and so on and so on. I might even be able to go back, or might want to go back and look at modifying my search even more. This is an analysis paper. How long is this? So it's kind of long. It's about 20 pages, so it's probably around where we want to come in. And as we talked about, I think last week or a couple of weeks ago, the important thing here whenever you're doing research is to read the abstract first, and to see if this is something that you want to save and really invest in reading later. So this might be one that I want to talk about and list for this week's assignment. So I'd read that abstract and kind of summarize, and maybe read the introduction page, the first 2 or 3 pages. And for that JSTOR assignment for this week, what I want you to do is compile a list of five articles that you come up with through researching on the JSTOR database. So list them kind of in that proper MLA format that you would like you would on a works cited page, and then give a really short summary description, about 3-4 sentences of each of those 5 articles. So that's kind of the gist of the JSTOR assignment for this week. So let's go back to, where did we go? Results. Oh, wrong one. How do I go back to my results page? I already forgot. Do I just do back maybe? All right, here we are, back, the back button on my browser. So as I modeled earlier when I first started, I started with these 2 terms and then I used the and added United States. If you want to put other terms up here to find articles that are more interesting to you as they pertain to voting, you're more than welcome to do that. If you want to do voting rights, if you want to do the Voting Rights Act, if you want to do voter ID laws, that's another topic and issue that has come up in the past. Voter suppression, anything having to do with the topic, you're more than welcome to start researching by putting those terms in the search boxes up here in the JSTOR database search. So that's kind of the gist of your your assignment this week. The assignment is to, again, list those 5 articles, a short description, and also I just remembered, I'm adding it, I added it in the assignment, a short paragraph, a narrative of your take on JSTOR. So you're going to be spending some time on JSTOR this week. You should be, at least. You should be spending, an hour, at least an hour, kind of navigating JSTOR, reading these abstracts, getting really invested in just the process of researching on JSTOR. So the narrative I want you to write is comparing your experience on JSTOR to the experience you had on EBSCOhost when you did research for the last essay. Okay, because I want to know how you feel, what you're thinking between the 2 databases. Do you feel kind of the same? Do you like the way one looks over the other? Do you like what the types of articles one brings back over the other? Kind of what's your take on each of these research databases? Okay. All right. I wish you happy researching this week, and I'll see you soon.